Today we'll give you a quick tutorial as we go through the front end and the back end of the system. Let's have a look at the home page. This is pre-login. Just draw your attention to the menu items. We have home page, where you can read a little bit more about the dashboard and the program itself. Click on country information, contact us, fill out the form, name, email address, subject, your message, and one of the administrators will get back in contact with you. Technical information, return to the home page. We will now attempt to log into the system. This is assuming you already have a username and password. If not, we will go to create an account. Click on create an account. This will take us to our registration page. From the registration page, we can create an account by entering your name. We will enter, for test purposes, test, our surname, which is demo. Our test email will be tester@tester.com. Our telephone number, make sure to put your country code, dialing number, your affiliation or program, and country that you are accessing or registering from. And we will click sign up. You will notice a pop-up, registration successful. Please wait for admin approval. It's at this stage the administrator has sent your request for access to the system. Once the administrator provides approval, you will receive a second email with username and password, which you will use to access the system. I already have registered a prior account, previous account, so we will just log in with that. Enter my username, password. If you have forgotten your password, you can click the forgot password function, enter your email address, click send, and that will be sent to you via email. I'll go back to login. Be sure to hit the remember me function if you wanted to store your credentials, and we log in. Login successful, and we are redirected to the HIV/AIDS dashboard. Once we land on the dashboard, you will notice the two primary tabs, which is the dashboard and my profile. If we click on my profile, from here you are able to edit your profile information as well as change your password. The original password, which is system generated, made it a little bit difficult to remember, so you can enter your new password, confirm new password, and save, and it'll reset the password. We'll just go back to dashboard, where we can start accessing the data and running reports. So you'll notice our submenu, which has the various filters which can be applied. We have our year selection, month selection, ownership, our type, and then our indicator selection. Additional submenu filters, we have province. We select our province by means of clicking on the map. By default, all provinces are grayed out, and by selecting, you will notice that it would change the color to green. We can then select district, sub-district, or facility. Should you wish to generate the report, we'll click on search. If you want to reset any of the criteria or the search criteria that you've entered, you'll just hit the research button. So let's generate our report. We'll run this for the year 2014. We'll do it for all months. You'll notice on the side you can scroll down to December. Our ownership, we will select all. The type, I'm going to select early infant diagnosis. And our indicator, I'm going to, for test purposes, select infant 6 weeks PCR positive rate. Notice to the right hand side the pop-up, which explains in a bit more detail the indicator that we are selecting. If you mouse over the other selectors or selections, you'll be able to see more information on the same. If we're happy with our selection, we can go and select our province. I will be, for this test, selecting Gauteng as well as the Eastern Cape, and let's include the Northern Cape. For the selected provinces, you'll be able to select the districts, as it selects all districts by default. The same for sub-districts and facilities. If we're happy with our selection, we'll go and click search. Please note there's a couple of 100,000 of records, so it could take a couple of seconds to return the results. And the interface is completely dynamic, so if we zoom out, it would adjust and scale according to the screen size. I'm just going to zoom in for presentation purposes. You can see our first graph is our infant 6 weeks PCR positive rate. We have our legends on top, and if we mouse over any of the values in the graph, it will provide us with a pop-up with more information or a detailed breakdown. Okay, our second and third graph. Second graph, this is the cost of PCR testing at 6 weeks. This provides us with our cost data analysis. And our third graph, which is our infant 6 weeks PCR test. Again, you can mouse over any particular value, and this will provide you with a breakdown in terms of the data available. We also have a sub-tab, which is the source data. By selecting source data, this will open up a tabular presentation of the data. So we can see our first table here. This is for our selection, so we're viewing 2014 source data. Table 1, raw data from the pivot table. We can view against our indicator and the month period and the values. Same for table 2, this is calculated parameters, and our table 3, which is our cost data. So should you wish to export this data, you can click on the export data function. Please note, in order to utilize this function, you have to request special permission or access from the administrator. This is regarded as a premium function, so you'll click on export. This will send a request to the administrator, and they would then accept or reject your request to be able to export. By default, you'll be able to view all of the graphs and tabular reports. We have a contact us, and lastly, log out. Click on log out. We'll be returned to the website pre-login. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.